Hey guys, welcome back. I wanted to kick this video off showing my match replays, showing how well this deck is doing in Platinum. So we got here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in a row in Platinum leading up to Platinum 4. So it's doing quite well, quite consistent, and we'll just get into the deck. Alright, so this is a deck that's got me 8 in a row and it's Platinum 4. Might be thinking it's 42 and it needs a shave, and it probably could. You could probably take off an upstart, get down to 41, and then maybe just run 2 Solemns. But I put 42 in because I couldn't decide, and they ended up just getting me so many wins, so I just kind of didn't change it. But yeah, so that's what you can do if you want to get down to 40. And yeah, I'll just go through the deck. So I got Dark Magician. I got is it Prismatic? It looks pretty nice. So running 2 of them, definitely at 2. 2's what you need. You need 1 obviously to get the combo going with the circle and the soul, but if one gets banished, you have a spare one, and you don't need a third one because it's just an extra brick. So yeah, you're running 2. That's a nice number. I got Effect Veiler. It's handy. It's a hand trap. It's whenever a monster's doing an effect that you want to negate, you just can. It's quite nice. 3 souls. That's a must. They summon Dark Magician and gets you draw 2 if you want it. Very nice. I put Max C at 3. It was 2, and now it's gone to 3. It's I just want more draw power, and starting with it is huge. They'll either end their turn, or they'll just do the maxi challenge, and then you probably win. So it's really good, and it will bait at Ash, and yeah, it's great. Or Called by the Grave. It's better using that, getting those hand traps played on your maxi rather than your actual combo. So you want to keep doing that. Playing Rod at 3, it will search majority of your cards in your deck. You mainly want to be searching Soul Servant. Playing 1 Ash. I was playing 3, and I just felt like they were still getting value out of the monster that I just ashed. So I felt like it's really good against like a spell that will draw cards, rather than a monster that draws cards. So I put that to 1. Dark Magician Girl synergizes well with the deck, gets extra draw, Soul Servant, and with the Salvation it's pretty handy too, so she's at 1. Apprentice Illusion Magic. I did have this at 2. I tried running it as 1, and I came to the conclusion that I want it at 3. It's an easily special summonable monster, so you can get a body out in the field. Not only that, it can boost your Dark Magician's attack by 2,000 whenever they have a boss monster out. Plus, it will give a Dark Magician to your hand and send one to the grave. It's so versatile, and it's honestly been so well. And also, it can XYZ summon into Naruto with Dark Magician Girl, and then you can rank up into Ebon, get another Dark Magician to the field, and then attack and get Zeus, and just, it's such a good card. I underestimated it early, and it's so good. Mahad, it's not really a must, but I feel like it works well. Yes, it's a brick sometimes, but you can Soul Servant, draw it, summon it. It can go to the grave, give you more draws for your Soul Servant. It does its job, and for the Apprentice, you can just send it to the grave and draw a Dark Magician. It works alright. I think it's a good match. Upstart works so well with Soul Servant. That's why it's running at 3. You could easily run it at 2 or even 1, but I like it at 3. I like seeing it. It's good for your Magician Circle as well. If you know, like, oh, the second card that I didn't get to pick up was pretty good, or maybe it was Magician Souls that you saw, you can just draw it with that. It's pretty nice. It's handy. Dark Magic Attack at 1. It's searchable by Rod and Soul and Bonds, so it's kind of, it works well, synergizes, so we got it. Bonds, it's so good when you get Dark Magician out, get Dark Magician to the field, and you get to set Dark Magic Attack or a Dark Burning Magic, so it's very handy. Magicalized Fusion, it's very good for getting Quintet out, even the Dark Magicians if you really want to. Also with our Anaconda, it works well, so we got 1 Salvation, it works really well. Synergizes, it gets a Eternal Soul set, so it's like having a 3, and works well with Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl. Circle at 2, I tried running this at 1, and it was alright, but then I went back to 2, and it just felt better. Being able to start with a circle in hand is pretty nice. 3, probably a bit too much, but yeah, 2's a nice number, really enjoying it. Yep, so 1 Dark Burning Magic. We're playing 1 Call by the Grave. I was running 2, and I don't know, 1 just seems like a nice number. You can banish Eldlich, which is really, really nice. And yep. Yeah, then we got Soul Servant, which is a must. 3. It's such a good card. You always search it with Rod. It's always giving you draws. It's great. Secrets of Dark Magic, playing it at 1. I did remove this, and I ended up putting it back in just because getting use out of it is handy when you do use it. It's just I find that I'm not using it much, so yeah, it's a bit of a should I, shouldn't I kind of card, but at the moment I'm using it. Forbidden Droplet at 2. So this is a new edition, and it's putting in work. I added this in because I just wanted to disrupt the enemy, disrupt what they're doing, and I add this, and it's been doing so well. This is, yeah, definitely part of the 8 in a row wins. Had to do with these 2, they're great. 1 Torrential Tribute. It's good when it works. Don't want too many of these, because you don't want to be always opening with this. That means you have to wait for them to some monsters to do anything with it. So, yeah. 1 Karma Cut. So this is handy when you brick, get a Dark Magician on your hand, you send it to the grave, or an extra spell that you just don't need, and you banish one of their monsters, which is huge, and also from their grave. So if they have an Eldlich in the grave, and you banish one of their Eldliches on the field, that's 2 Eldlich gone, and then you win the match. Like, it's just so handy. When it works, it's great. So I'm only running it at 1. Solemn Judgment at 3. So what I love is opening this on my first turn, setting my play, and then I Solemn Judgment. It can protect so many cards if you have this set. Not only that, if they normal summon and special summon, you can just straight up reveal it, pay 4,000, and get rid of that card. It will most likely end their plays, and then they have to end turn, and then you just hit them. It's great. I'm loving this card. Definitely keeping. And then Soul at 2. I'm thinking about putting it down to 1, because it's very searchable, and but opening it is very nice, so it's staying at 2 for now. Yeah, and that's my deck. We'll get into extra deck. Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight. I think that's a great card. It's just unfortunate that it's not summoned to the Dark Magicians. Great card for draw power, and when it's destroyed, you summon a Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl. That's huge. So that's definitely in. We got our Quintet for our Magicalized Fusion. It's so helpful. When it's summoned, it destroys the whole field. Love it. Naruto, that's 2 level 6 spellcasters. Great card. Rank up into Ebon very easily and help us get our Quintet out. Ebon, running that at 1. Great card for banishing and summoning Dark Magician. Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon is good for when they're at a low HP and you just didn't finish in that turn. You summon this and they can't activate effects. But if they do, they pay 500 per effect, and it's just great. If you have attack with a XYZ, you summon Zeus in defense mode. Great play. Its effect is great. Then we got our Link Spider for our Dark Magician with the arrow pointing down. It's very helpful. And then we got Imduck, which you can use Imduck and Dark Magician to fuse the Dragon Knight with your secrets. Yep, so definitely a good card. And also with linking it out, you can then use your soul to then bring back Dark Magician, banish a card with your circle, and yeah. Artemis at 2. Definitely one of the best cards, with best link cards you can have. You summon your rod, search what you need, then you link it out into Artemis. Next turn, during their turn, you flip over a trap, activate rod in your graveyard, tribute your Artemis, take rod to your hand, and then next turn you can rod again. It's a great card. Gotta have it. Anaconda, really good for getting your Magicalize out to get your Quintet out. That's yeah, definitely must. Got your Blackluster Soldier. I think this is a great card when you have 3 different monsters. When you can't get to Celine, obviously, then to Access Code Talker. It will boost if you use Dark Magician as one of your tributes. So definitely handy. Celine, great card. If you have spells in your graveyard, you can summon this and then get to Access Code Talker, which is the big boy. And yeah, that's my deck. I'll get into some replays. Starting with a Rod, which ain't too bad, versus True Light. We play our Rod, search for Circle, because we already have Soul Servant here. Play our Circle, which will chain our Soul Servant, so we get to draw the card that we want, which is going to be Salvation. We play our salvation. We get to set our soul. That's Eternal Soul. Tribute our rod. Get Artemis. We'll set Call by the Grave and end turn. So at this point, I'm like, what? He's playing Dark Magician. So this is the first time I've ever versed Dark Magician in Platinum. I think I've versed Dark Magician maybe twice overall in the whole time playing Master Duel, so it's quite the challenge. It's like, who's the better Dark Magician player? He Harpy Feather dusts me and it obliterates everything. I'm like, oh no. It's just looking so bad for me right now. Luckily, we get to Tribute. Get our rod back at least. So right now he's making good plays. He played Dark Magician, then Secrets. Fused with the Mahad from his hand to get Dark Magicians out, and it hit me again during the battle phase. So I took a big L on that turn. Rod, Soul Servant. We'll get Magician Souls for next turn. Oh no, we do have draw power, my bad. Sending our Souls to the graveyard, summon Dark Magician. Dark Magic attack, wipe the soul. We use our bonds, get a Dark Magician Girl and Dark Burning Magic. Always link into Artemis before the turn ends. We set our Saving Grace right here, Solemn Judgment. It's such a good protection card. If you want to trigger your Dark Magic, Dark Burning Magic, and they have a counter, you then counter their counter. It's great. Use the Ash Blossom so he can't draw his card with the Dark Magician's effect. Goes to battle phase. We just wipe the field. Unfortunately, the Dark Magician's effect triggers. Can't do much about that. Summons Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl. I thought he would have traded. If I was him. Should have. He should have done all this in its main phase 1, which is weird. Why he didn't. He then returns it to hand, so still not looking good for me. We draw Mahad, which is our saving grace right now. But he also triggers Eternal Souls, but we have Solemn Judgment. So we're going to Solemn Judgment his Eternal Soul. Just going to destroy the field. Having Mahad right then is perfect. So, yep, and then he quits. He countered me so many times, but we just keep coming back with our deck. It just wasn't saying no. Next one we got the Lion. I believe that's his name. So, opening with 2 Dark Magician is not good, but at least we have Apprentice Illusion. Okay, so we've got an Eldlich player. Send Dark Magician. Get the special summon a monster by sending Dark Magician. It's so good. Straight into Naruto. Send Mahad to the grave. Summon my Dark Magician. Rank into Ebon. Attack with Dark Magician, which Ebon gets to banish. What you want to do to beat Eldlich is you got to banish Eldlich. Once he's banished, they can't do anything. But they have multiple copies of him, obviously, so I'm gonna try banish multiple. So we attack with a XYZ summon, so we get to summon Zeus, which is great. Destroy all monsters at Rajeki, but luckily we have a Solemn Judgment, which is our saver. That's why I love 3, it will always save you. Skip Bastard's turn. Our turn, we draw a soul, so it's huge. He Imperial orders us. Not the best, but hey. He then ashes our draw. So he's countering us pretty well, but unfortunately couldn't do anything about the monsters on the field, and we attack for game. Alright, we got Teemo here. This guy is running Tribrigade. Great thing about this deck that I'm running, it doesn't brick too often. Alright, so it's our turn. Draw Solemn Judgment. I love that card. Circle, he max C's, which is fine. We don't have too many summons this turn, but we do get a secret. Upstart, and we draw max C, which is pretty nice. Upstart, Chain Soul Servant, always. He Twin Twisters, which is quite unfortunate. Gonna take our circle, but we still get our draw. I shouldn't have used my salvation just yet. I should have waited. You'll see in a second. So he's summoning. Get a 3000 attack monster out. Our salvation effect is we get the set Soul Servant, Eternal Soul, sorry. We max C. Get an extra draw, why not? Takes our Eternal Soul. So we use our Secrets of Dark Magic now, which we should have waited till our Dark Magician was on the field, and then we use our Salvation to trigger its effect. But we did have Soul Servant in the grave anyway, which we could trigger its effect like that, but just bear in mind. Battle phase, take out the weaker monster. We want to bait him into attacking us with his 3000 attack. We want him to think that's the play he's going to go for this turn. Because we have an Apprentice Illusion to buff our Dark Magicians. So he's thinking he can beat over it quite easily. We're going to Soul him, that card, get it out, negate it. He's going to Ash our Dark Magicians. They really like disrupting this card. So he thinks he's going to beat over. Ain't going to happen. Get destroyed. Now it's our turn. Get Soul Servant. It means we get a draw. So I send Mahad to the graveyard. Summon Dark Magician. Planning to attack for game here. Set Bonds to the top. Dark Magicians gets to draw it. Play my Bonds. Then I can use Soul Servant in the grave, which now has draw 3. Okay, so I was playing Mirror Force at this time. So I mix around with my deck a bit. Still a Platinum replay, but just a little bit older. And that's game. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.